and I just had to bring him out for a special occasion.
Pat and Leather always works together. All right, you're in the middle now, but you got new guys in front of you.
Yeah.
What's it like watching guys like not just Travis and Cole, but maybe Hero and even Rod who are coming in and trying to keep that defensive line standard high?
I mean, just watching them go on PRPs, they're really elite football players, but it's our job to kind of help them get better with the calls and all of that. So we've been doing a good job of kind of just helping them out, learning the calls, and helping them just transition from going from different schools.
I know that defensive tackle, it's not a dumb position. You still have to read and react, but
Yeah.
maybe not as much. Do you see them getting the defense at this point, even though they aren't in pads and helmets quite
Yeah,
yet?
they're doing a good job of kind of learning the plays on their own, like coming in extra time. So I feel like they're gonna have a smooth transition going into fall camp because they've been putting in the work during the offseason.
What I know for Texas fans, they don't know Levon
Yeah.
Johnson, they don't know Murad Watson,
Yeah.
but you've seen them now over the summer through all sorts of film study, whatever.
Yeah.
What's your initial takeaway from them, and what are some of their strengths so far?
One thing I can say is they're physical football players. One thing I'm seeing them striking the shed and doing different stuff. I can tell that they have a great physical presence, and they're doing a good job pass rushing. We have a good pass rush coach, L. Clark. So we've been doing a good job working with them and getting better.
Is it different having guys your age now rather than Alfred or Vernon in front of you?
It's a little crazy considering now I'm like one of the older guys, even though I'm the same age as them, but I've been here a little bit longer than them. So it's pretty cool just seeing the transition go from being a young guy to an older guy. So just kind of work through that and kind of help some of the guys under me and just pick it up.
Do you feel old?
No, I don't feel old. I mean, if I was here next year, I'll probably feel a little old, but no, I don't feel old yet.
Now, I wanted to ask you, summer conditioning, it's a great time for competition, right? Are you and Colin going at it day to day in terms of pushing each other? What's that like?
Of course, we do a good job pushing each other. Me, Leonga, Bo Barnes, all of the linebackers /edge group. We do a good job of all pushing each other and make sure we're all hitting our goals. So that's one thing I can say going into summer during these Longhorn shuttles in the fourth quarters. We do a great job pushing ourselves and each other. Yeah.
Art was talking about, now that he's a quarterback, he's kind of looking at the whole team, talking with everyone. How have you seen that growth from him?
I mean, he's kind of coming out of the shell. Like he feel like he can be himself now. That like he's the guy, he's the quarterback. So he's been doing a great job of just talking to everybody, having a great competitive spirit, and it's been really fun competing against him.
How competitive do y'all get in spring ball between the two of
Oh
y'all?
man, I mean, it's a lot of trash talking going on. I've been going against Art since my freshman year, so I've been competing against him all through this time. So I have seen his competitive nature. I have seen what he can do. I know what he's gonna do this year.
Bill.
Anthony, the Ohio State game's not to be all end all,
Yeah.
but there was last January. So
Yeah.
you go into a game like this, think about that and just what would it mean to go out and have some success on opening night.
I mean, we think about the game, but that's not our focus. We're coming out to be 1-0 next year, and they're a great football team. We're going to have to prepare well and just get ready to roll.
There's some who say that this defense can be even better than last year,
Yeah.
but you had 12 draft picks last year. How can that be?
I mean, we do a great job of reloading. We got a lot of 5-star, 4-star guys that come in ready to work like myself, how I came in. So it's going to be fun seeing what we can do this year.
How's Moore's transition to the linebacker room?
It's been really well. I mean, he's been doing a great job of transitioning. He played a little bit of sand for us last year, so it was kind of easier for him to transition, knowing that some of the rules we already had. So he's going to have a great season this year.
What about Colin Simmons? So let's talk about the step that you think he might be able to make this year.
He definitely looks on a different level. I feel like he understands the game a little bit more. Of course, that jump from freshman to sophomore year is a big jump. So he's getting off the ball fast. He's striking linemen. He's been doing a good job working this summer.
Thanks, Pat.
Individually, let's talk about Cole.
Okay, so with him, like he's a physically opposing guy. He's really big, so we know he's gonna be in there to stop the run. That's one thing I can't say. He's gonna be a guy that holds his gap no matter what.
And two more. Start Murad Watson.
Right, he's doing a great job pass rushing. He just got here during the summer, so I haven't got to see a lot of just pure football from him. But I can tell he's gonna be an elite football player.
And then Travis
Shaw. Okay, with him, he's a big guy. I mean, he's not gonna be a guy that you can move around. So I'm happy to see him, and I'm ready to see him come into the fall.
What have you found over the last 2 or 3 years that is the hardest thing about incorporating transfers into what you guys are trying to do?
I mean, it all comes from how the player is personally. I feel like a lot of guys, it's been a smooth transition. Over some of the guys, it's been a little different. But I feel like our coach Sark and a lot of those guys do a great job of bringing the right people in for our culture.
Word on the street is you're quite the recruiter for the
yeah.
Texas football
Oh, yeah.
program. What is your pitch to guys that maybe you host, maybe you see on their visits? How do you get them to see the light of Texas?
I mean, I kind of take them around, show them Austin, not just necessarily going out, but just show them the flip side of Austin, what they can do for you outside of football. Like, I kind of show them around the town, show them around Austin, show them what they can do outside of football. And of course, like, I can talk about football all day. I mean, it's all that, but I kind of make sure to talk about outside of football and show them what they can be doing outside of football to help them become a better person, a better player. Then it helps when you got guys like Derek Johnson and all them around. I can help connect them with them like that. So it's been really cool doing that stuff.
Especially on the defense end, really win. And we talk about being the best defense in the country, but we also talk about being legendary. And everybody keeps talking about Derek Johnson. Everybody keeps talking about Michael Huff. Why can't they talk about Ant Hill and Michael Taaffe? So that's what we talk about.
I need some new memories.
Yeah, some new memories. They keep talking about DJ and Huff. Yeah, that's cool and all, but
It's been a minute.
let's talk about the other Michael and Anthony Hill, the other linebacker.
How's Derek Williams doing coming off that knee?
Amazing. Crazy how you hurt your knee. I don't know what OU was, week 6 or 7, and you can be running full speed by June. And I think even before that, he was running full speed in the winter. So crazy talent on him, and crazy perseverance, and just putting your head down and working. He's doing really, really good.
Hey,
Michael, I asked Coach why he picked you, Arch, and Anthony to be the ambassadors for the University of Texas. What does it mean to you to be here representing the University of Texas?
Yeah.
And also, what about your time?
For sure. Well, first the tie. This is the initials of all the victims at Camp Mystic that passed away. All the girls, the counselors, and then the camp director, Dick Eastland. And I just wanted to show light to what's going on in Texas because, you know, football's cool, but this is real life, and this is way more important than football. And so I wanted everybody around the country to know what Texas is dealing with and how I can give back and show my support to them. And anything that I can do to them, I'm going to do it. Now, I think it's so cool what Sark, Sark brought us here and picked us, hand selected us because we're representing one of the greatest universities in the world, and if it was my opinion, it would be the best university in the world. And just to know that you got good friends with you, and you're going to do all this cool stuff, talk to media, act like you're way more important than you actually are. And I was telling Arch, I was like, dude, this is cool. I know we got to talk for 4 hours straight, but like, this is so cool. We're about to get on a plane and we're all suited up and we're gonna go talk about football. Like,
Police escort.
yeah, this is a dream come true. If you were 4 years old and you saw this was your reality, you'd be pretty proud of yourself.
Who's the guy
Sark
who brought
mentioned,
surprise on offense and defense?
Guy that can surprise on offense. I think Emmett Moses was really good. I know he played well in Stanford. I didn't watch all of his tape, but I saw the clips that y'all posted. I think I've seen he's legit. And I think Kobe Black's been playing really, really well. So those are two of my guys.
Arch talks about how much he learned from you just over the last few years. What did you learn from him?
Yeah, how to handle success and how to handle everybody saying you're really good, because I've never had that in my life. This is the first year where I've had people say I'm really good, because all my life it's like, oh, it's just him. It's the white walk-on that isn't very fast and very big, you know. And so I've never had to. I've always had to handle with proving people wrong. I've never had to handle with proving people right. And he does that. He does that better than anybody I've ever seen in my life. It's so cool. I can't share the stories that we talk about, but it's so cool to hear some of the things that he says. And he takes it all in. He doesn't like tune all of it out. He takes it in, and he knows, he remembers, and he knows what people say about him. And he handles it like he is the most normal person in the world. If it was his decision, we would go to Matt's every Saturday because he just likes the vibe of Austin, Texas. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to be a cameraman today. I don't want to hold pictures and take pictures of you and your fans. Like, it gives me some humbleness.
But it's happening to you now too, right? I mean,
a little bit, probably 1 for 20. So I'll tell you a funny story. At the signing, that we did, the fan day, I was sitting with Parker Livingston, and I said, I'll give you $2 for every Arch Manning jersey. You give me $100 for every Taaffe. And I beat him. So that's my claim to fame. So I think there was like 4 Taaffe jerseys, and it was close. So you can tell how many Arch Manning jerseys there were.
How often do you look up in the crowd and see a 16 and have to wonder, is that mine or is that probably Arch's?
I don't anymore because Colt McCoy came up to me against the semifinal Ohio State game, and he was like, I thought it was going to be inspirational. Colt was my, childhood dream, to be the quarterback at University of Texas, Colt McCoy. And he said, how is it cool to know that there's so many 16 jerseys out in the stands and not one of them besides your parents that has Taaffe on the last name? I was like, thanks, Mr. McCoy. I really appreciate it. I looked up to you all my life. But that was really cool because it showed, like, in a time that's so serious, Colt McCoy has been there. He's done it. He's been really successful on that stage, and he can joke around with the guy. It shows, like, how you're still playing football at the end of the day. You're not working football, you're playing football. And that's what Colt showed me there. But that was a funny story about that.
But he did that to Earl Thomas, though.
Yeah, right. So I told him, I was like, E.T. probably got the same thing. And, he had a pretty good career too. So I'm not going to sell myself short.
What's a guy like Warden Mack showing you in terms of his development?
Like I said earlier, but just a guy that puts his head down and works. He listens to the leaders and he does what he does, and he knows that he's going to get a shot at one time where he can be the leader. But now his job, his responsibility is just to go work and to go prove everybody that he deserves respect in the locker room, and he's done a really, really good job of that.
Michael, Sark talked about sometimes they have to put a muzzle on you in practice. You got quiet days. Is that just the benefit of getting other guys to be vocal, or how tough is that for you to not be the vocal guy at the time on the field?
Yeah, maybe it's strategic, or maybe he's just annoyed that I keep yelling at his quarterback. But I think, it's something in my nature that I'm vocal, I'm loud. I try to be that guy that can be that rah-rah guy for people that maybe isn't having a great day, because then they know if I'm quiet, then maybe this guy's not having a great day, so they can pick me up. And I try to just bring the juice. I think juice is so important in practice because you're practicing August 2:30 in Austin, Texas. Y'all know how hot it is, and so I just try to remind people, like, we signed up to do this. This is so fun. This is what we wanted to do ever since we were 3 years old. So, but yeah, Coach putting a muzzle on me. He doesn't want to leash some other guys that if I'm talking all the time, then maybe some other guys don't get an opportunity. And I know that too. And I try to be quiet as well so other guys can have their shot.